They should really give you guys some better gloves though that are like metal and steel resistant, since there's a lot of discarded needles out here. I think I'm gonna have to put a word into the Multnomah County Commissioners and say that they're making the inmates work under not safe conditions, since they could actually get poked by a dirty needle pretty easily. You can see these cops right here, they're not cleaning up anything, but they have no problem with the inmates cleaning up stuff and putting their health at risk, just so they can cut a little time off their sentence. You really can't blame the inmates for doing this job either. I'd actually like to be out of the cell myself if I was in one, and I'd like to get some time cut off my sentence. But you guys really should protect your inmates better, since they're out here and there's obviously lots of needles, and these gloves they're wearing, which I'm doing a close-up on, they'll barely protect you for some simple landscaping activities, much less needle cleanup. I can guarantee you, if these were county union workers, or if they were the cops, they'd be out here cleaning up stuff with metal resistant gloves, which they do make. So you guys really need to stop putting the inmates health and life in jeopardy by possibly getting HIV by cleaning up infected needles, you know, because people do have hepatitis and AIDS. A lot of people that discard their needles, you know, in an unsafe way are the same people that might have AIDS or hepatitis too, you know. So some people get rid of their needles in a responsible manner, stick them in a plastic bottle or something. Some people, they just don't give a fuck. And obviously Multnomah County sheriffs and the inmate jail work program doesn't really care about inmates getting infected with hepatitis or AIDS, as they're cleaning up homeless camps with multiple dirty needles. As you can see, these orange caps everywhere, and a needle right there, you know. Did that cop just mysteriously tried to make disappear? So don't you think that you might be putting these inmates' life at risk by having no hand protection, basically? I know you're not the one issuing gloves and stuff, but you might want to mention that to the people you work for, that your inmate crews should actually have a gloves that'll actually protect them from dirty needles, instead of putting their lives at risk. I know you're not the one making the rules, you're just the one driving the truck around and watching the inmates, but you might want to tell that to your superiors, or at least make a suggestion that these inmates out here might possibly get infected with diseases as they're working, because they're working under unsafe conditions. I'll be sure to mention it to the mayor and city council and all that, and the county commissioners, and I'll make some calls to try and get these guys higher safety standards. But as their supervisor, you know, you might be able to help speed that process along too. You think that might be a reasonable suggestion, or what? I know you're not like the talkative type. You're a man of few words and all, but you know, hopefully what I'm saying a little is sinking in. Maybe if you actually responded to me a little bit, I wouldn't keep repeating myself, but I'm just trying to make it sink in a little, you know. That these inmates here are being put at risk by cleaning up dirty needles and not having proper hand protection. As you can see, those gloves are about as flimsy as you can get. They're about $1. So to be using your hands for all this biological waste material with those type of gloves is really a big issue. I'm sure KGW, Coin, K2, all the corporate controlled crappy media would never be astute or observational enough to notice things like this when they're making their reports, you know.